It shows that we're live. I didn't see it say live though, but can you guys
We're
hear us and
live.
see us?
It says live 10 seconds right now.
I know, but usually it says live on there. Yo, Mark, what's up, Tinky Winky? That's Mary Goldstein saying hello.
Yeah.
You guys can see us, right?
Yup. We're here. We're here. Go ahead. Do your intro.
Goody. All right. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Week in Crime and Policing with Mayo&Mayso. I'm Mark DeMayo. This is my partner, Angel Masonette, and both of us are retired NYPD detectives. And each week we bring you the stories that have made headline news in crime.
That's
but before
right.
we do
Hello.
that,
Hello.
we usually take a moment to catch up with each other and say hello to the people in the chat. Go ahead, Angel. Tell us about how was your week.
We're going to say hi first, or we're going to talk about ourselves?
All right, go. Let's say hi to the people in the chat first.
Okay. Raquela Pranzo. Hello, Raquela. Hello. Where is the lieutenant? Thank you for joining us, darling. Little Mermaid, Luisa. Hello, Luisa. So excited for Mondays. The Week in Crime and Policing. You gals are the best. Oh, that's you. Jojo. What's up, Jojo? Let's see who else we got. Tony Vera TV News. Why did he change the name? The show was called Police Off the Cuff. You want to explain why you changed the name, Mr. DeMayo?
Police Off the Cuff still exists. It's still a thing. Bill is over there doing what he does, his true crime stories. And we are over here. The reason why, it's a long story. I've told it more than a few times, but it was an amicable separation. I think Tony is aware of the fact that it was my idea. He sent me a text or an email to that, making that point. Yes, it was. I brought Bill on. But as time went on, I moved to Vegas now. So it was time to both continue on our own ways. Like I said, it was amicable, and that's it. I wish Bill the best, and he wishes us the best, and we're going to do it here from now on, and it's going to be great.
Okay,
Same.
That's enough of that. Milwaukee Civilian, the
is
ball
here.
breaker is
He
here.
joined us?
I am absolutely tingling with anticipation to see Mark and Angle, or whatever his name is. Peter Pranzo, there he is. What's up, LT? Welcome.
Why does your name? Yeah,
Harlem Raiders.
Your name says Angle.
It says Angle. He spelled it like that. My name doesn't say Angle on the screen. I think I know how to spell my name.
Sure. Is that the way you spell it? It looks weird for some. After I looked at
It's
what he
Angel, and then middle initial L for Luis, and then Masonette.
Okay, Angel Luis.
Mary Goldstein. Yo, Marky Mark, what's up, Tinky Winky? Ha. Just for that, I'm not growling today because you're being a wise ass. Scott Wagner, detective, Spanish Harlem. What's up, Scotty? Thank you for joining us. Terry Lynn Hellberg. Hello, Terry. She's saying hello to Pete. Hello. Who else we got? So excited to have you on the West Coast. Can't wait to catch a show. Wish we were going to the one on the 18th, but we will catch one. We will catch one in the future, Mark. That's Louisa.
You saw Milwaukee Civilian? Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. He put ha. She's my best friend.
We don't even know if Milwaukee Civilians are he, do we?
I'm assuming it's a he.
We have. We've been assuming all the time, but
we could call them they them. All right, so Milwaukee Civilians are they them. From now on.
Whether you want to be or not, you're a they them Milwaukee Civilian.
Milwaukee, you're a they them from now on. They them. That's how we're going to refer to you.
You were on Fox 5 this week, weren't you? Fox News. I saw you there.
I was on Court TV.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right. Court TV.
Was that the one where you sitting in the chair with the other person somewhere else? It seemed like they had two guests, one in each location, and one person hovering.
Yes, that was Court TV. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, that was Court TV. Mm-hmm.
How'd that go?
Yeah.
It was about the murder.
Yeah. I gave my prediction that he was going to be found guilty.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the guy that I did the show with, the other guest was an attorney. he used to lead the SLED unit, which was the law enforcement division down there, South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. And he said it was going to be a hung jury.
Oh,
So I
really?
put, yeah. So I said it was going to be guilty, and I said the reason why I was going to be guilty was because they brought the jury out to the crime scene, and I said that us as detectives, especially in New York, we always worry about the CSI effect, right? Because the CSI effect is a real thing, right? I mean, you watch CSI. These people watch ever since CSI came out. It seems like juries have been different, right? They expect for us to zoom in on an eyeball and get a clear picture of the person that the person is looking at, and
Mhm,
get a grainy license plate photo and make it,
mhm.
be able to make it out, and that's not reality. So I thought that bringing the jury out to the crime scene was the nail in the coffin for him, and it turns out that I was right at the fact that he was going to get convicted guilty. I mean, it took them 3.5 hours, and they got him guilty. So
Yeah, were you surprised at that? That it was so quick?
no, I wasn't surprised because I felt like it was going to be good. So when it's quick, it's guilty. When it take a long time, it's usually because they have one outlier, and all it takes is one person.
Uh-huh.
So Um, I wasn't surprised. I thought that as soon as he took the stand, he pretty much, shot himself in the foot because he thought he was smarter than everybody else because he was a big shot attorney before he got into all this drug addiction, his son's boating accident, all the crap that was going on. And I felt like he was smarter than everybody else, and that wasn't the case. So yeah, thank you, LT. Peter Pranzo says, "Sword Angel, well done." Raquela says, "You were fab on Court TV." Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. You and your husband. I love you both.
Oh, Milwaukee
Uh,
says Milwaukee for civilians said I have to step away. That sucks. Well, don't step too far.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Come on back. Come on back. Oh, look, Maui Swift is here. Hello,
Hi,
Maui.
Maui
Hello,
Swift.
hello, 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 hello.
Hey, if you
Nice.
guys haven't joined up, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep,
And
yep.
but
So
it's
that's it. So how, wait. How was your week? How was your
oh, it
week?
was
Talk to
great.
me.
Listen, it was great.
You did a show Saturday, didn't you?
No, that's March 18th. But
Oh,
what I
my
did
bad.
do Friday was, on behalf of my new employment, I had the opportunity to go to NASCAR VIP.
Oh, right. I saw that. Yeah. Nice.
So I was able to sit literally like in the pit with all the
Wow.
people that are going to. I try to upload the video, but I have it on my phone, and I
Yeah, you
try to
sent it to
send,
me.
yeah, I try to send it to an email to upload it, and it's too long for the email, and that's the problem with being me, is that I don't know how to do a lot of this stuff and have to learn. But also, too, what's annoying is that I could very easily put this cord into my phone and then put it into my laptop. Except this laptop is new and it doesn't have a freaking thing. What's this thing called?
A USB port,
USB. So now I have to buy a
an
separate
adapter.
part.
Yeah,
The
you gotta
way
get.
the way Apple does things is you always have to buy an extra thing. They're always changing one little freaking thing on it, and
Are you
it's so.
sure that MacBook doesn't have a USB port? Are you
I'm
sure?
positive, bro. I'm positive. They
I
have
don't
something.
know.
No, I'm telling you, bro. I tried. I tried. You
I
got to buy
don't
the.
know.
It's an.
I
It's
I heard you're notorious for hitting the wrong hole, so I mean, I
This
don't
is
know. It
me and NASCAR right
could be
there.
wrong. Look at
That's
you, huh?
those things are called a hauler, by the way. You see that truck? And what they do is they every car has comes in a hauler, right? So you walk into it and it looks like basically any type of trailer where they have a suite in the back where you could take a nap if you want. Then there's food, there's cabinets, there's water,
Is
a
there a
toilet,
shitter?
everything. And then upstairs, that's where
Is
they keep.
there a
Yes,
shitter? Yes,
yes.
thank you.
Upstairs, they keep the
Mm.
two cars stay upstairs. And the way they do it is like a platform comes out, you reverse the car on the platform, it lowers it down, then they wheel it off. Now, if they need the second car, it's back there. So then you just wheel that one out, bring it down, and put the. So it's pretty cool. And
Sounds cool.
people, this is Richard Petty right there. He's still alive. He looked good. He shook somebody's hand that was in a wheelchair. He looks like a real gentleman. And apparently he's the GOAT, man. Everybody went nuts. He always walks
Yeah,
around with his car, I heard, but um that's a pretty good picture I caught right there, right?
it is very good. Very
That
good.
guy's been around forever. He was racing in the 50s, late 50s, 57.
Yeah, yeah. He's. I want to say he's like 80 years old, 80
Yeah.
something.
Still in good shape.
Gina G's here. Hello, Gina. Thanks for joining.
Hi to Gina G. That's me with the driver. His name is Tyler Ankrum, and he just turned 22 years old.
Wow. He's a baby.
Yeah. And
I have underwear older than that.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. They probably got skid marks on them too.
No, they're dark. You can't tell. I always get dark underwear just in case I get skid marks. This way you can't see.
And this is the vehicle. This is the car he drives, number 16. It's a truck.
It doesn't even look like a car.
Well, look at the inside. It's so bare. I mean, there's really nothing there, except for the seat, the gears, that's it.
The console, with the shifter and everything.
There's no radio in there. There's no heat, no glove compartment.
So Mary Goldstein says, Marky Mark, that desert air is doing something for you. You're getting more handsome out there.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I'm in the gym every day now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I dropped.
You doing Pilates or pole dancing in the gym?
Yeah, I'm not doing none of that, bro. Maybe that's what you do, but I don't do none of that, man.
If I tried to do pole dancing, I would tear every.
You probably be really good at it, man. I bet you could touch your toes, man.
Well, I can touch my toes. Yeah.
I can't do that. Not even close, bro.
Yeah, I can do that, but
I've never been able to, and that's with martial arts, years of experience. Never been able to touch my toes. That was an incredible experience. And like I said, I try to upload video, but I did put them on the Instagram. So if you want to, also, can you join our Instagram too? And we also have a Facebook page. I'll be getting all this stuff out there periodically, but the Instagram.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, and this is the first I'm hearing about it. Thanks.
I know. I only send you every single thing, and you just give me a thumbs up to it. You don't even go look at it, nothing. You don't add to it.
You did not check your text messages because you did not send me a Facebook page.
Okay, maybe we don't have a Facebook page. I definitely did an Instagram and a YouTube. I think we do have a Facebook page. But anyway, so that was a really, really great day, man. And I got to tell you, man, I learned a lot that day about NASCAR, and people are fanatics. But when I told my cousin Dwayne that I was at NASCAR, he lost his freaking mind. Also, this guy Gus that I used to work with, they're big fans.
So is NASCAR technically a sport? I mean, is it? Because does it require any sort of stamina or athletic ability? Can anybody be a NASCAR driver?
I don't think so, bro. I think you got to be. I'm telling you, it's 136 laps.
Okay, so you got to be able to hold your piss.
You got to be able to hold your piss, but you also have to be able to hold your concentration and drive at a very high rate of speed. And those are the trucks which are very light in the back, so they can spin out at any moment. The next day is the Busch, and the Busch races. Those are like Camaros, Toyotas, and so.
We don't like Busch. We don't like Busch.
And then the last day is the real one, like the Corey Busch. Another.
Could I go there with my Hellcat and race those clowns and beat them with my Hellcat?
No, but there is a track over here that I think you might be able to use that track on an off day, or tracks next to that track where people live. There's a place here where people live right by a track, and they take their cars out there all the time. If you buy a house in this community here in Vegas, you have access to the track. So that's a consideration if you really want to drive your car every day fast.
Look what Raquel said. Do you know they make Viagra pills with angel's DNA? I said that yesterday on my other show because my partner was breaking my chops, saying that I needed Viagra, and I said that me and my all the Masonettes, we get royalties from Viagra because they make it from our DNA. So that's what she's referring to. Okay, thank you, Raquel. Thank you for defending me. I appreciate it.
I don't envy you, man. I'm happy being 55, man. My libido is low. I can get on with the rest of my life and still enjoy it.
Okay, hold on. Mary Goldstein is saying your body, especially your chest, has to be able to handle the gravity from the speed and strong to be able to control the wheel while your body is under that pressure. So yes, it's a sport. And so I think my man boobs could handle the pressure of the. I probably wouldn't fit in the car, being 6'5". Neither would you.
This kid Tyler is one of the bigger ones. He's one of the bigger drivers, and
You look so handsome, Mark,
and the other ones are
with your
tiny. You're
mustache and
standing next to them, and they're so tiny.
your polo jeans faded and
All right, let's go to the stories
qué lindo.
before you get into your nonsense right now. Wait, it's funny because you went out of your way the other night to tell me how much you didn't like. Well, I'll let you tell it. The Chris Rock's new comedy special outrages liberals on Twitter as well as Angel Masonette. He did not like the
Yeah.
special. What
So
happened?
I wasn't outraged. I just thought it was corny. I thought so. I think that everybody. So Dave Chappelle has a niche, right? Dave
Mhm.
Chappelle, his comedy is special. Can we
Mhm.
agree? I mean, you're a comedian. This is what you do for a living,
Well,
or
I
part of
agree.
what you do
I
for a
agree.
living.
Chris Rock's comedy is special too. So,
He is, but you see, that's my point.
I mean,
So
some people might argue "Bring the Pain" is one of the best comedy albums ever made.
okay, and I agree, but he went over into a niche that wasn't. It's more like Dave Chappelle's niche, trying to be controversial, using politics, going after wokeness, doing all that other shit. When he started talking about, I don't know, you saw the special when he
Yeah.
started
Oh,
talking about
yeah.
when he started talking about abortion and he was talking
Mhm.
about how he has a punch card and stuff. Like it didn't outrage me. I just thought it was stupid. I
Mhm.
mean, and then he's talking about paying for PUSSY and then he's referring to his daughters paying for college. It was just there was nothing funny about it. Like I watch comedy to laugh. Unless I'm gonna watch Chappelle, I know that I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna get smart, right? Or I'm gonna get schooled. I watch Chris Rock to laugh. I didn't laugh at all. I didn't think it was funny at all.
I thought it started out awkwardly because it was live and the audience was pretty. I don't know what I don't know how much warm up they had, how many warm up comics they had, but there's a reason why you have warm up comics.
Right.
It's to get everybody in the mood. And when he came out there, he had to tell one dude, "Hey man, sit down." Like it just seemed awkward at the beginning, and mostly the reason why you tape not once, not twice, not three times. If you have any name, you're gonna get a weekend, and you do two tapings on Friday, two tapings on Saturday, and if you want, you can do one on Sunday. You wear the same exact clothes the whole weekend, and then this way they can just mix and match. Whichever joke
Oh, I
kills,
didn't know that. Wow.
that's the way you make a special, right?
Okay. Okay.
Um, to go live, it was a really daring move. Why? Because you're going to run into situations like he even messed up a joke, which was actually good to
Yeah.
see. It was good to see
Concussion
because
and yeah.
it was good to see because the guy had, the guts to do it live. I don't know why he said yes to that. To me, I would have been like, nah, I'd rather just do a taping, especially since there was so much riding on this as far as the Will Smith stuff. But I
I think it
like
was because I think he agreed to do it live because it was actually Netflix's first live special. So it was kind
Yeah,
of
I
a
know, but you
pioneer
don't
thing for
need
him.
to do a live special. I would have told
I
Netflix,
agree.
do
I
your
agree.
live special with somebody else. I want to record it.
Listen, you're the expert in this. I'm just saying, from my
Mhm.
point of view, I was not entertained at all. Like it was
Comedy is
hard
all
for me
smashed
to
with the mood that you're in. You might not have been in the mood. Go back and revisit it. Um, I thought it was good. I
I'm
don't think it was
always
his best special.
I'm always in a good mood.
You don't. Well, maybe you were in a good mood, but you maybe not in the mood for comedy. Comedy is
I,
something that you sit down there.
I
You
resent that.
know, well, it could be true. I mean, you're not in that
You're
group
lucky you're in Vegas.
where you might have been offended. So your critique is not because you were offended by the special. You just didn't think it was funny,
I
and it
didn't
was
think it was
funny,
funny at all.
especially if you're not in one of those groups that would be offended. Like for example, when he says, killing babies when he's talking about abortion, so how many he paid for and stuff like that. He did mention on several times, killing babies, and that is something that people who are pro freedom of choice, they don't like hearing that. So that's why people say it all the time. They don't like to have that thought go in their mind when it's killing babies. So they get really upset when people say that you're killing a baby. But Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle said the same thing too. As also did wasn't Bill Burr? Damn it. Anyway, but it's good to see. I will end on this comedy thing here and just go on to stories that we tuned into here. But it's good to see that all these big time comedians are kind of all lining up on the opposite side of woke.
Yeah. Well,
You know
that
what
is
I'm
true.
saying? They're all the
Yeah.
big names are on the opposite side, and that's what comedy is supposed to be for. That's how you know you're on the wrong side of history. When the comedians are telling you and making fun of you and calling you stupid for what you're believing in at that particular time, that's when you know you're on the wrong side of history right now.
Right,
All
right,
these
right.
woke people, because all the big comedians, no matter what color they are, um, uh, what's his name, C.K. Lewis, as well. They're all making fun of these people and making fun
Yeah.
of the woke movement, and they're, so good for them. They deserve it. Anyway, let's go on to talk about some crime stories.
So somebody asked in the chat really quick, how's your girl like in Vegas? And Raquel
Mine,
wants to know. Yeah,
she's
Raquel
got here
wants to know.
1 day ago. So
And Gina G wants to know.
it's a big, as far as the flight goes. The first day you get down here, you kind of got to get your bearings the first couple of days, because there's a 3 hour time difference. You're going to bed like she said last night. She said the nights last so long here. I said that's because you were in bed at 6 o'clock. You literally fell asleep at 6:30, and
Right,
now you're waking up after refreshed, ready to go, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
right, right,
You
right,
know,
right.
you want to go out and play, hang out.
Yeah,
So yeah, it takes a couple of days to get used to.
yeah.
And also, it's not like you're on vacation where you're just going to run. When you come to Vegas and you stay at a hotel, you're running. You know what I'm saying? You're not planning on sleeping at all. So this is different when you come to move here. But let's get started with the stories
Go
here.
ahead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Atlanta protesters hurl bricks, Molotov cocktails at police at future Cop City site. In case you're not aware, there is a place in Atlanta in the woods that they're building a state-of-the-art police facility, somewhat like the NYPD's police academy. And people have been protesting for various reasons. One of them is that it's in the woods and maybe some indigenous people used to live there. Another one is just because they don't want police facilities being built ever in the future. Now, the funny thing with this situation is that it's not just the protesters, because everything starts off really, really nice during the day, as we know, and everybody's protesting and they're marching and they're holding up signs and they're doing stuff like this. But then once the nighttime comes, under the cover of darkness, they start throwing explosives and they start blowing up construction vehicles and some police cars. And folks, this is not a typical protest. This is a war scene right now. They're using homemade bombs and stuff like that. So much so that look at that. Does that look like a protest to you, or does that look like somebody just struck America?
So, $90 million facility to do what? To train people, to train police officers. Don't all these woke people and don't the left want better trained police officers? Aren't they always claiming that police need more
They don't
training?
want police officers,
Aren't
period.
they? But the ones that we have, aren't they always complaining that they need better training? Aren't they always complaining that there's not enough training hours? Like, I get on Twitter all the time, these mouth breathers that come at me and say, "Oh, a hairstylist has more training than a police officer in the academy," which is obviously stupid and not true. Merrick Garland hasn't said shit about it. The president hasn't said anything. You had the governor has not said anything, right, of Georgia. The mayor of Atlanta has not said anything. The only people that said anything was the police chief there, and he
Mhm.
was calling it what it was. So again, all the virtue signalers are absent, right? Why wouldn't Biden stop and give a presser like he gives for everything else and say, stop attacking the police officers, stop attacking the facility. The facility is being built. You have a right to peacefully protest, but nobody does anything about it. Not even the governor, not even the mayor.
I think they will, because this is what
Well,
happened.
they
35
should
of
have done
them,
it a long time ago.
35 of them got arrested. And when I first saw the headline, it said Atlanta protesters. And it just dawned on me right there. As soon as I saw Atlanta protesters, I thought to myself, well, that's odd, because if you live in Atlanta, unless you live in that little area and it's going to inconvenience you, like, for example, the police academy in New York is in College Point. Prior to it being built there, the people in College Point They didn't want it there. Why? Because they were going to lose their parking. Cops are going to be parking everywhere. So they built a huge, huge parking lot, like 3 of them, so people coming to the academy wouldn't take up the spaces in the street. So I was already thinking to myself, this Atlanta protest, especially the way it's going down, doesn't sound to me like it's people from Atlanta. And it turns out that out of the 35 people that that were arrested, only 2 of them, with the exception of 2, only 2 people there from Atlanta.
Yeah, and they were all white.
There was people there from France using the cover of peaceful protest. That's what they do. They hide under that the peaceful protest. There was people from France there, from Canada there. So basically, this is an international thing. And listen, this lady, what's her name? Green, Maryland.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. She's supposedly going to introduce a bill, another attempt to call Antifa a terrorist organization. Because the reality is, if you're coming to protest in this place and you're bringing people that don't even know the neighborhood, what's going on there, and they're meeting on a website somewhere under a flag to come and wreak havoc in this area. They don't know what the protest is about. They don't care. They go out there, and at some point, they all turn their whatever they were wearing inside out, and now it's black. They put on black masks, and they start throwing these bombs and really trying to hurt police officers. This is terrorism. This is terrorism right in your backyard, right here.
Domestic terrorism, absolutely, yeah.
And like you said, I haven't heard not 2 words from
Merrick Garland, the Attorney General. He hasn't said anything. Just like when the shit happened in Portland, right? Just when they took over that precinct and cops were in there for days. Anybody who wanted to do them. I think 90 people were arrested, and like 47 of them had their charges dropped completely. I mean, it's just Merrick Garland obviously aligns himself with the left, and he agrees with all this woke bullshit. So he's never going to go after them. He's never going to come out, and he's never going to say this stuff. If those were right-wing extremists going crazy, trust and believe, he would have said something, and there would have been a lot more action being taken place. It's true. It's obvious, and it's like almost like I'm tired of saying it because it's so obvious, the bias, but it's true. The bias is there.
Yeah, but it also works both ways. I mean, to me, if this is a structure and a facility that's going to be built and they really want to protect it and you really have a fear, you got to put some manpower there 24 hours a day, sitting at a booth with
they had a booth. They burned it down.
Well, you got to have enough people there to guard it. And when they come, and you got to have a road leading to there where nobody can pass there. Just like if you're going to go to a military base. If you get
or a prison.
If you're going to get within a certain amount of feet of a military base, you're going to get blown away.
Yeah.
They should never be able to get close to the facility, even if it's 3 checkpoints that they have to go through. Yeah. So there's a little bit like, I don't know, I'm not just leaving it open to watch what they're going to do. Watch what they're going to do. And they keep coming and falling for the trap. Who knows? Maybe they will form or pass a bill where they say Antifa is a terrorist organization. But what I think would be very, very helpful right now is these 35 people that you have. Don't let them go.
Teach them, yeah.
Don't let them go. Put them out of circulation until their trial comes up, and which will probably take a year, and then deal with it. When you have to, instead of or make the bail $10 million.
So Thelma and Louise in the chat, Gina G and Raquella, they're in sync and they're asking who's paying for this stuff, right? I mean, are we going to say that Soros is financing this stuff too? I mean, who's giving these people money to do this? I mean, to fly here from France for a fucking protest?
They might have a French, they might be French legally and here on a visa. And these people, they go around the world and they just jump on the bandwagon. It's they get a free hotel room. They probably have come down for intercontinental breakfast and dinners on that, on whoever's paying. Plus they get a
stipend. Good question. It's a good question. Who the hell's paying for this shit? Yeah.
Plus right here, you got your lawyer's name. You write it down over here. So when they do get you, but the thing is, once you have that lawyer's name, we can call you. I don't need you to talk. You're not going anywhere.
Right. Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
going to stay here for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's too easy for these people. And if you get somebody with multiple arrests like this, then they should be doing time already. So that's a scary situation that we have going on here over there, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What do we got next here? Ohio. This is a sad story. It breaks my heart. Ohio mom killed family members before turning gun on herself as evictions loomed. They had financial problems. This is her family right there. As the husband, she killed her husband first. The daughter, I think, is still alive in critical care, but she killed the son and she killed herself. She shot her daughter too, but they said you could hear the sirens as the police were coming for the evictions, even though they probably don't put sirens on, but they were right. They weren't that far away from coming for the evictions. So, and that's so sad, I know we talk about squatters, especially during the pandemic, and how horrible those situations are, and people not paying rent. But when you have a whole family like this, there's got to be a way to work it out. There has to be a way to work it out so they're not all on the street.
The thing is, I mean, how do you do it, right? There's so many different circumstances. People have so many different. The problem is, it's just like when, so like take the George Floyd thing for example, right? When how many times did you lock up a perp? And LT, you could attest to this as well. And Scott Wagner, how many times did you lock up a perp and they faked that they were sick? They were constantly faking, I can't breathe, I feel sick, I gotta go to the hospital. And you'll have people undoubtedly that will abuse this system and say, I can't get evicted because of my family.
But you know what? Somehow we managed to spend how many billions? $100 billion
to
Ukraine.
Yeah, so you're right. I agree.
If you ask me, would I rather have somebody live in a house instead of in the street, especially if they're a whole family?
I agree.
Even if they're faking it, then give it to the Ukraine. I would.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
And 99 out of 100 people would tell you the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So why are we evicting families?
I agree with that.
Sending money to Ukraine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, that money can go for a lot of things. We got homeless veterans. We got kids that are homeless. We got kids that can't eat. Absolutely. They should not be taking our money and giving it like that's enough. And they're sending all out. Did you see the pictures of the tanks and all the all-terrain vehicles and the armored personnel carriers and all the stuff that they're sending over there? It's all our stuff. They're saying it's NATO equipment. No, it's not. It's United States equipment.
Meanwhile, this guy, Bush's son, I read that he was involved with a Chinese something or other business in Chinese with a Chinese business that is funding the Russian side of things.
Jeb?
No, the junkie son.
Oh, you said Bush. What's his name?
Not Bush.
Yeah.
Biden.
Hunter.
He's in cahoots with this Chinese company that is sending arms to Russia.
And the big guy gets paid. Trust me.
He's getting from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're funding this war over there on both sides, which is not the first time we've done that.
And to Lieutenant Peter's point, right? Biden was asked about jets, right? And he's like, "Oh, we're not sending jets." And they're like, "Is it out of the question?" And he goes, "Right now, it's out of the question. Soon they're going to be sending them fighter jets. They will. Eventually, that's what's going to end up happening. They're going to send them fighter jets. They're sending troops to Taiwan now. They're sending our troops to Taiwan. What's going to be next? Our kids are going to go out there. Even fucking Vladimir Zelensky said it, right? Your sons and daughters are going to end up fighting this war. And that's what's going to end up happening.
Yeah, it's crazy. I watched a video the other day, and it was a make-believe video. Somebody did AI on it, and it was basically Biden talking.
Yeah,
the words that he was saying, and the reason why I knew it was fake because he was talking too clearly. He was saying that because of this, what's the conflicts going on in China that we're going to start in doing
World
drafts.
War III. Yeah.
We're going to start drafting people. Anybody above this age is eligible for the draft. You're going to have to sign up. And I just, at first I was like, what? I didn't know about this. And then I was like, wait a minute. That guy sounded way too clear. So the only reason why I didn't circulate this thing and catch a buzz is because everybody knows it's fake. Why? Because
Right. Because it was
his
too
voice too.
coherent. Yeah, it was too coherent.
It was clear as day.
Now let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
To that point. If they do initiate a draft,
Mhm.
right? And the way they did it before was, any male over the age of 18, right? Between the age of 18 and 35 or whatever it was. What about people? What about people that are going to start now saying, "Well, I identify as a female. I don't identify as a male. I identify as a female,"
women
just
go
like
to
they're
war
doing
now
in prisons.
No, women
Huh?
go to war now anyway.
Yeah, but they're not going to. You think they're going to draft women? You think they're going to draft women and men?
Absolutely.
Really? I don't think so.
If they did a draft, they would. Why wouldn't you? You already have women in the military fighting.
I agree, but I don't think
Women
they're
come
going to
back
do it.
with their legs blown off. So if they can lose a leg in Afghanistan, they're gonna lose in Russia too.
Yeah.
So,
No, I mean, I agree. I think they should draft women. Listen, I'm all for equality when it comes to that, but I don't think that the woke people are going to allow people who identify as women. They're not going to let them get drafted. I'm telling you, it's going to be
they
it's
will.
going to be a whole separate war. And all these kids, they're going to get drafted. None of them could pass a physical fitness test. None of them are going to be able to go out there. These kids that have half beards and half mustaches, they look like inbreds. They're not going to end up getting. They're going to get drafted to do what? Be bullet catchers? Because that's what they're going to be. None of them are going to be able to pass the standards.
I used to say this with during the George Floyd riots. All these cops that were getting on the job these past couple of years, a lot of them were taking the job so they can show everybody how to do the job, so they can show all the other cops before them how not to be racist and not to be abusive. And guess what? Now you're standing there and you get hit in the head with a brick by somebody that doesn't even live in the neighborhood, who doesn't know that you were cop in the month last month. And they don't know all the stuff you're doing from the neighborhood because they're not even from here. They came from France or Canada for this protest. And then you realize, oh, all I really have is my brothers and sisters in blue. That's all I have. And the same thing happens if there was a draft and you got shafted over there, because none of the rich people are going to go. Saying nothing ever changes. It's going to be all the poor people that are going to go.
Yeah,
the expenditure lives.
And I mean, listen, just like with police work, right? I always say I say it all the time. Good police work is expensive, and bad police work is even more expensive. It's the same thing with the military. A good military is very expensive. A bad military is going to cost even more money because you're going to be paying lawsuits. You're going to be trying to draft these people.
Yeah.
It's screwed up.
I want to ask the people in the chat because I annoyed Angel before, but I was like, yo, how about if I just wear my hair a little bit like this? Would that bother you? It's just like, don't you dare. Actually, it's too much. It's too much. You could do, even if you just did like this, wait, like that. That bothers you, right?
CC Sabathia. Yeah, I don't like it. Word straight.
Yeah, he wore it. That's how CC wore it. Okay, what do we got next? Sex offender with previous arrest for attacking teen is busted for a New York City rape. Go figure. Somebody who has a criminal history of raping women and abusing, sexually assaulting women. And this is the guy right now. They caught him.
Yeah.
They caught him. That's him coming.
He left his jacket. He left his jacket at the scene.
I didn't get that whole thing. Like, what? Why would he do that?
If they weren't dumb, we'd never catch them. I mean, we always used to say that in the squad, right? If they weren't stupid, we'd never catch them.
Before or after?
After.
Why?
Stupid. Trying to change his appearance? I don't know.
There's a video of him taking off his jacket and just leaving it there and then going about his way.
All his DNA is there. Yeah.
Something's on there.
Everything. DNA, everything. Listen, again, if they weren't stupid, we wouldn't catch them. The thing that scares me, my daughter, God bless her, she lives on the Upper West Side, right? She lives in the Heights. So these people are running around and they're basically doing whatever they want. Did you see the bodega worker that got killed by the guy in the hazmat suit? I mean, he goes there.
Later, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was one of the articles.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's just it's sickening to me. These people are running around the city. These people on scooters. We talk about it. We spoke about it last week. They said it looked like macaroons or whatever on a person's head. These people are running around doing whatever they want, and there's no consequences for them. Nothing. Adams is scared now because of what happened to Lightfoot.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, he's scared, and he said, you know, but this is his new theory because every once in a while he comes up, he astounds you with his stupidity. And it's hard. It's shocking that it's possible at this point right now, but he still does it. This is his new theory now. Wait, where was it? Okay, so what he wants to do, I didn't bring the other picture up. What he wants to do is he wants to create a situation where before you walk into a store, if you're wearing a mask, to take off the mask. So if there's a camera somewhere, it could see your face, and then put the mask on if you really want to, inside the store. So that's what he's asking people to do right now. He's asking store owners not to let patrons in unless they remove their mask first. So, okay, now to have a store, which most of them do anyway, but I have to have surveillance cameras that work in order to function as a store. But now you're asking me to have a buzzer.
Yeah.
So every single person that's going to come in to my supermarket, you know how many people walk in and out of that freaking store all day? I'm going to put somebody sitting there to tell them, pay somebody else. The mask was a stupid idea from the very, very beginning. Okay. They knew it didn't work, but it was nonsense.
Yeah.
As soon as we found out that those masks didn't work, they should have been told, you don't have to, don't wear them. But we were forced to wear them, and people still wear them. And God forbid, if you have,
Underlying condition,
your immune system can't handle it, then God bless you. Wear the mask.
Right.
But it just so happens in New York City before I left that there was a lot of men between the ages of 12 and 35 who were still wearing the masks even if they didn't have to. They're all up to no good. They're committing crimes, and now you can't identify these people because they're wearing hazmat suits. This guy wore a hazmat suit to do a homicide.
Yeah,
and you're supposed to
it's sickening, man. And it's not. Did you see in DC that they're trying to pass a law? They're introducing it that no one under the age of 25 can be charged with a felony. Did you see that?
Well, they were trying to pass that law, and then what happened was even Democrats went against it.
But how? Who's bringing?
Well, they came up with another law. They came up with another law to block that law. And the person who wrote the original law now is saying he's pulling his original law out so he doesn't get blocked.
In what
because
world?
The woke are going to keep pushing their agenda. They're going to keep pushing. They don't care about crime.
What world
care about crime?
In what world is that like? Does that even make sense?
In the world that you want to destroy America. Don't you get it? All these things are about destroying this country.
Yeah, I do get it. It was a rhetorical question, sir.
We have such a diverse thing here with 50 states, and some states are conservative and some states are liberal, and in between, it's very, very hard to disrupt this. It's not like we have a homogeneous society here where everybody, we have a dictator or we're under one government. It's very, very. They want to see
every single city in this country that has a crime problem, every ghetto, because that's what it is, is a Democrat city. They say, oh, well, it's a Republican state. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter what the state is. If the city is a Democrat city, they're gonna be shit, right? And this is what happened. Look at what's happened in Chicago. People got sick of Lori Lightfoot shit, and they got rid of her. Now she can't run for re-election. But now what's going to be, we say the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. Who's going to be running now in Chicago? I think there's one Republican and 3 Democrats that are on the ticket. And supposedly the one white Democrat is kind of a conservative, but everybody else is just as crazy as Lori Lightfoot. What's going to happen?
They're going to have to, because why would you want that job, first of all? Second of all, if you're going to take that job, you better be ready to fight crime. You can
Look at the chief. He resigned right away.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of crime, AOC begged to go to the exclusive Met Gala, even if it meant breaking the rules. Uh,
Mm.
you see, here's the situation. That gala cost somewhere in the neighborhood of, I don't know, how much does it cost? $35,000 to go?
Yeah. Yeah. Over. So
Can you hear
over.
me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Okay. I found this on the
Okay.
web for who is the situation that gal calls someone a neighborhood of. I don't know how much
I
does
don't
it
know what
cost to
happened.
$35,000 to go. Can you hear me? Check it out.
I don't know why that happened. I guess
I know why it happened. Yeah, it sounded like you said the S word. That's why.
no. There's a thing in the corner of it. Oh, serious?
There you go.
They said it again. That's so weird.
Yeah, you look so cute when you blush, Mark. Look at your
Anyway,
face.
so yeah, so it cost $35,000 to go. So she wanted to bring her boyfriend. So that would have been $70,000 just in tickets. So what she
Yeah,
decided to do was she told her, now mind you, she doesn't do anything else. Like they're useless. They haven't come up with a law yet.
like
And
tits on a bull.
how long has she been there? The only thing she did do, which was get rid of Amazon in New York and get rid of all the jobs that could have possibly helped us.
That's
Other
it.
than
Yeah.
that, she's done nothing. She hasn't created a law.
Social justice.
She wanted to go to this freaking Met Gala, damn it. And they can't afford $70,000 for 2 tickets. So she got her staff to work on it. So they called
To
up
beg.
Ann Winter, and somehow Ann Winter took the call, and they said they would give him 2 tickets from
Mm-hmm.
Vogue. But the
Mm-hmm.
reason why they can't go through Vogue is because Vogue is part of a conglomerate that uses lobbyists.
That's
So then the tickets got to
right.
go through Ann Winters personally.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, once they got the okay, that's when this dress, I guess that's the dressmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's one of her assistants.
Okay. Well, she shouldn't. I don't know. You shouldn't let a pretty girl stand next to another pretty girl like that if you want attention. You know,
Wait. Go back to the other. Go back
she's
to the
not
other.
bad.
There you go. I like that.
AOC's up, but her partner there in crime is looking good too. But that's the dress, tax the rich. Now,
Smoking.
this is the go between. Okay, and then this is the last email here. It looks like the Met Gala organizers finally responded to you and says, we typically sell out in November, so we're in a difficult spot in terms of space right now, but we would be happy to discuss with Ann Winter. So we have a paper trail, which we're always going to have of this. You see, because legally, there's a law against this. So what you're doing is you're circumventing the law so you can go and party.
Yeah, there you go.
Given that she was a guest of Vogue. Okay, now here's another interesting thing. All these people got stiffed with the exception of one. Because you can't just show up. You got to have your makeup done. So her makeup cost $344 to do.
If I would have went, they would have saved $477.73.
Well, you would have had to wear that dress though.
I would not have had the hair done though. I would have wore the dress.
Well, we're talking about makeup right now. Okay, AOC didn't pay it for 6 months.
You're such a
After an ethics investigation, the person who did her makeup, these are people that are so excited to get this job, and then they can't even get their money from it. Makeup artist sent the bill to a collection agency, which was extremely overdue. Then her hair cost $477. She didn't pay that one either. Transportation from the Bronx to the Carlisle Hotel was $586, mostly because they couldn't just get an Uber to drop them off there and then leave and then order another. No, they had to have this person wait there. So this is somebody who's just sitting there in a car for 5 or 6 hours waiting for them to get done with their party, which I'm sure they're happy they got the gig. But this is obviously AOC is not somebody who cares about money when it's not hers. The hotel she spent that
socialism.
$4,600 for the hotel that she spent the night at. And the only person, they also managed to squeeze in a bow tie and cuffs, boyfriend shoes and bow tie. The only person that got paid was a lady. I'm trying to think, the nail lady. You know why? Because she wanted her money up front in cash. The person
You pay now. You pay now.
I want cash now. Give me my
You
money.
think it out. You think it out. UBC. You pay now.
All right. So
So Raquel says, "Hey, that's sexist, and I love it." Angel in a dress. Let's see that. There's something about that AOC. Can't put my finger on it. Yeah.
she's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah. She is.
This
She's.
this is a look into the future right
You're
now.
gonna growl at her, not me.
New York City court workers fired for refusing COVID vax must be rehired with back pay at state board scraps mandate.
Perb.
Yeah, perp. Now these are specific workers. These we still haven't gotten to the firefighters yet and cops, but it's their day. Their day in court is coming. Everybody,
Oh, yeah.
everybody in a couple of years will have a bunch of money. All the money that they lost will be in their bank accounts plus interest for this government overreach.
Hopefully.
It will. This is the because it's
Inshallah.
what happens is it's a domino effect. They start paying out.
It sets precedence. Yeah.
Person's going to do it. All these lawsuits, and they're all coming right now. They're all already in court, waiting to be heard, and all these people, like Mayor Adams said, oh, they're more than welcome to take the test again. Or he's so stupid. He doesn't realize this is all going to happen under his watch too. All right, we're running out of time, but we got one more good story. Wait a minute. Oh, we'll do that one next. This is in case you don't know, that's Pat Mahomes. He won the Super Bowl this year. That's a championship ring on his finger, probably from the last. Oh, maybe that's the brand new one that he got. But anyway, that's his brother Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes.
That's his brother Jackson
Mahomes. Yeah, he's Jackson Mahomes. He's quite the character. Okay, he constantly is getting in trouble, and this time he got in trouble for and it's a weird thing because everybody thought he was gay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he assaults a woman. She owns a restaurant.
And my brother does love me, and I think if he didn't love me, I wouldn't be living with him. Today, I'm going to be reacting to some of the hate comments that I get on a daily. So here we go. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Kevin 54 Kerr has given me this great opportunity to address with you guys. Am I lying?
He's straight, by the way.
I actually addressed this question. I am straight. I don't have to act straight.
Anyways, here's a clip of Jackson forcing himself onto the owner. According to the owner, she stated that Jackson and his party were in the upstairs VIP area where they appeared to be smoking weed inside.
He's 20.
This is when Jackson asked to speak with her privately in regards to the altercation with her server. And then moments later, he joins her in the basement office where he grabs
She looked so angry.
Forced himself onto her.
Yeah, it's
He's 6'6" and she's 5'4", so she's clearly at a disadvantage. You can tell from the video she was trying to get him off of her. Anyways, here's her statement to the KC Star regarding the matter. He forcibly.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that she does, but you could also chalk that up to she didn't know how to react. She was there by herself. She was calling for help supposedly from a waiter that was outside. Come and help me. So sometimes in those situations, you know, these people, they keep their cool. They don't want the other person just in case it's going to piss them off. He already grabbed her by the neck to try to kiss her. That's his friends. The girl that he hangs out with, that's her mother. So there's a big, he's old enough to be his mother. So it's weird that he would do that. She said he was intoxicated when he came in. The kid's a huge pain in the ass, man.
He's a TikTok dancer guy. That's what he does. I don't understand. So I don't know. Listen, it's like me and my sister, right? We both have the same parents, but we're completely different. Like him and his brother cannot be any more different.
Yeah, well, now these kids, that's a sexual assault, and you know if she's looking,
I know it was 6'6", the fucking kid.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to pay, and this kid, I don't think he has a job. So who's gonna go to his brother? He's gonna go to his brother.
I think he makes money on TikTok.
Whatever it is, well, it's all gonna be gone because he's gonna have to give her. That's a tough thing to get out of. It's right there on tape. I could, if I was a lawyer, I'd get her some money.
Yeah,
all right,
she'll get some.
TikTok. University of Massachusetts sounds alarm on TikTok drinking trend after nearly 30 students taken to the hospital. This TikTok thing is a cancer in this country, sent over here from China. Everybody knows it, and yet our government won't do anything to limit it, to stop it. But yet, come election time, they'll make sure that everybody who doesn't or COVID time that doesn't agree and fall in line, we can cut off your social media, or what is it called, shadow ban you.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
we will still let these kids kill themselves and watch stupid videos. They don't have those videos in China.
Yeah.
China,
You're
you
right.
watch videos of musicians and
Mhm.
authors,
Pianists and stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
literature, and all this stuff. How to cook, all
They're
good stuff.
dumbing us down. They're dumbing us down. They're dumbing us down. Listen, we have these trends all the time. Wasn't there a couple of years ago they were eating these Tide Pod things or whatever? I mean,
Once again,
there was
TikTok.
yeah, there was one where they're dancing. They're doing Kiki, do you love me outside of a car, and people were getting like hit by cars and shit. I mean, it's always something with these people. They're stupid.
All right, we're at the witching hour right now. I'm gonna have to get out of here. But last week I almost got locked in this building, by the way.
Nice.
I want to make sure I don't get locked in, because then it's a cluster. But for all the people that let's say goodbye to everybody who was in the chat.
So Mary Goldstein and I were right on par. She put Tide Pods all over again. Yes, 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 yes. Peter Pranzo, thanks for tuning in. Jojo, Mary, Raquela, thank you. Luisa, thank you. Luisa disappeared. I hope she didn't drop off. Terry Lynn Helberg, thank you very much. Tony Vera, thank you for tuning in. Milwaukee Civilian, thanks for coming on for a few seconds. Gina G.
Wagner.
Yeah, Scott Wagner, thank you. Yep, there's Little Mermaid, there's Luisa. Thank you, brother. It was a good show, even though you're a bit of a
to
grouch
everybody
today.
out there, please don't forget, if you haven't, subscribe to the YouTube page, the Instagram. I'm not a grouch.
No, I was talking.
Yes, you were. Who are you talking? Don't forget to sign up if you subscribe if you haven't. Tony Vera, TV News. See you guys. Best show. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll be back next Monday with some new crime stories. And we wish you a happy week and have fun, everybody.
Adios. Bendiciones.
Bendiciones. Bye, everybody. Good stuff, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Today's
Go.